In this game you will see one of the prettiest checkmates ever played on the chessboard. I'm not kidding you, this game is that good. So stick around, you're gonna have a lot of fun. Today's game was played in 1948 between Machinsky, who was playing with white, and William Henry Pratten, who was playing with black pieces, and Machinsky opened the game with e4, black replied with e5, knight f3, and knight c6 was played for black, bishop c4 for white, and bishop c5 was played for black. This is the Italian game. White continues with c3, a normal move in this opening, and black now plays a little rarer move in this sort of opening. He plays queen e7. In this position white decided to castle, although d4 is a good move as well. So castle for white, and d6 was played for black. Our game continued with d4 for white, a usual idea in the Italian game for white. And now black played bishop b6, putting this bishop to safety since he is attacked. And white now played b4 with the idea to start the avalanche of the pawns and maybe try and capture this bishop on b6. White replies with bishop g4, pinning this white knight on f3. Game continued with a4 for white, and right now, since this bishop is going to be trapped, black decided to counterplay and he plays a5 here. White continues with b5, attacking this knight, and right now this knight is forced to retreat. Black decided to retreat his knight to d8. White continues with bishop a3, a really nice spot for this bishop here, because right now you're aiming at this pawn and also you're aiming at the queen, so pushing this pawn is not a possibility as long as this queen is on e7. So our game continued with f6 for black, putting more defenders on this pawn on e5. White now played rook a2, and to be honest with you, I don't know what was his idea. This is not a mistake, but a really unnecessary move in this sort of position, in my opinion at least. If you have other idea, please let me know in the comments. Is this something that is commonly played in these sort of positions? Black now continues with knight e6 here, because putting this knight here is much better than your knight sitting on d8, obviously. And now a trade happened. D takes on e5 for white, f takes on e5 for black, and right now white immediately strikes with queen d5. Right now this knight is in sort of a trouble still. You cannot take it, but it is pressuring this knight and also pressuring f7 square of black. In this position black finds the best move, and that is bishop taking on f3, with the idea to enter the endgame if white decides to pick up this knight on e6. Black sees this endgame as a favorable, and really the game is equal. But unfortunately for him, white finds a better move and he picks up this pawn on b7. Right now this rook on a8 is hanging, and first surprise of the game is coming. Black decided, instead of defending this rook, he played queen g5, now threatening checkmate here, but still leaving this rook undefended. White says thank you and he picks up this rook. Queen takes on a8, check. Right now king has to move. King e7 was played, and right now white decided to protect the g2 checkmate threat by playing g3 here, which is a decent move. White has enough pieces to defend against any threat black can maybe try and accomplish here in this position. Black continues his attack with knight f4, which is a really good move, because right now you cannot pick this knight, obviously because your king is pinned, and black is threatening checkmate in one move with knight h3. That is the reason why rook e1 was played for white, to have a space for the king, and also if the queen comes on h3, you have bishop f1 here to protect from this threat. So that is the reason why this was played. There was another option for white as well in this position. I will now show you. So instead of going on rook a1 after knight f4, white could have sacrificed his bishop here with bishop takes on d6, and after c takes on d6, queen b7 check, king e8, queen c6 check, king e7, queen b7 check, and king e8. And right now white can play rook e1 for example, and open this f1 square for the white king in case he needs to escape. And still there are no checkmate threat for the black, and white is doing just fine. He also has a threats of his own on f7 as well, and the black king is now as well exposed. So this was the line that could possibly work for white. Of course rook e1 is not a mistake, and it opens the space for the white king. So our game continued with queen h5, with the idea to put this queen on h3 square and threaten checkmate on g2. White now decided to defend the position with knight d2. Although this is not a mistake, far better move for white was the same idea with bishop taking on d6, and again exposing the black king, and this was actually winning for white, because after this set of moves black was not able to recover from the attack of white. So this was actually a counter attack. Black king would be too exposed and there is nothing black can do and actually checkmate the white king. Not enough pieces to create an attack. So that was the best move for white instead of going on knight d2. But with knight d2 played, black decided to surprise white one more time, and he plays knight f6, leaving this other rook completely free for taking and sacrificing it. White missed something in the calculation, and he thought that there is nothing a black can do in this position because white simply has bishop f1 here if black tries to infiltrate with his queen, and he decided to pick up this rook here that was sacrificed by black. And in this position, black finds another amazing sacrifice, completely surprising the white. He sacrifices the queen with queen h2 check. Right now you are forced to take this queen. If you go on f1, queen g2 is checkmate, so you have to pick up this queen with king takes on h2, and then we invite another knight into the game, knight g4 check. Again you are forced to go on g1. We continue with knight h3 check, and the only remaining square is king f1, and black finished the game with knight h2 checkmate. But there is still a prettier way to checkmate this king. I will now show you. So after king g1, instead of going knight h3, you should pick this pawn with bishop f2, and after the king is forced to go on f1, black finishes the game with beautiful bishop g2, spectacular checkmate, one of the prettiest in my opinion. And this was all I prepared for you today. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please make sure to leave a comment, like and share the video. Also let me know your thoughts about this checkmate, and of course I wish you a pleasant day. We will see each other in the next video. Bye bye.